Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 3, 4? I'm losing track of the timeline here, but this is another episode where I will be diving into the histories of LEGO Hero Factory during its lifespan, and for this one we will be talking about my favorite season of the franchise. This came out in 2011. The same year Ordeal Fire was out, so the previous season, Season 2. Ordeal Fire launched in January, so the beginning of 2011. And then Savage Planet, this season, was launched in the summer. So, how LEGO does things is they will release new waves of sets. Usually, majority release happens 2 times a year. They do put out sets occasionally during, like, Easter, or during the fall, but like major releases, they put them out in the beginning of the year and during the summer. So this season holds a lot of meaning to me because I really like this season for some reason. The synopsis for Savage Planet is that this evil witch doctor, which is one of the most impressive Hero Factory figures in the history of the franchise, has taken over this planet. I forgot the name of the planet, my apologies, but he has taken over this planet, which in the lore is supposed to be a nature park reserve, and technically you are not allowed to be on it unless you've been given clearance by the government. But the witch doctor didn't care. He took over the planet, and he's discovered that that planet had a source of this mineral thing, which is actually used to power the core of all the heroes. So, when you look at all the heroes, as I've been talking about the sets in the past, you'll notice they all have an H on their chest. That is called the hero core. And the hero core is powered by that mineral, and the mineral is called quasar. And that is what gives the heroes the life. They are living because of the quasar. So, the witch doctor has discovered an abundant amount of quasar on that planet. So, he has used it, and it corrupted him. It turned him into the massive, impressive figure. And he also used it to take control of the animals that live on that planet. Not good. Does not sound good, does it? So he's gotten the animals under his control. So in response to the threat, Hero Factory has sent a team of heroes. And these heroes have been upgraded with animal powers. Now the concept seems silly at first for the heroes to possess animal powers, but I later got a better appreciation for it because it is a little bit creative in that sense. They don't necessarily represent the animal itself, but their design and mostly their abilities is reflected off that animal they are. As per tradition, we always like to start off with the main hero characters. Starting off with William Ferno. This is called Ferno 3.0 because this is the 3rd form he has taken in. And what does he have? Well, his animal is an eagle. As you can see from his helmet, it looks very much like a bird. So, he also has these wings, these rocket boosted wings. And he holds one, I guess you can see it's like a boomerang. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's what it is. And yeah, so new look, still follows the original color scheme, and I should probably point out that each hero has this little hero badge, which is what we call the like unique armor piece or whatever. And this shows their names and the animal they are representing. So that's something you should know. So this is Ferno 3.0. And of course, we're going to follow that up with the team leader, Stormer. And here he is. Not my particular favorite design because the green for the name badge piece really sticks out from his white and blue color scheme, which I think is a little bit off. But his animal is a rhinoceros. As you can see from the helmet, it is very much shaped like a rhinoceros. He has got these more muscular arms, because rhinos are very tough. And his weapon here is like this rhino paw thing. I'm not even entirely sure, but I think that's what it is. So, yeah, again, not my particular favorite design. Really not. If anything, it is better than the 2.0 version, but I don't know. So that's Storm. And then, as I've said, returning from the second season, this is my favorite hero character from this season, simply because of the color designs that they chose to go with here. This is Nex, and his animal here is a saber-toothed tiger, which is very nice because his weapon here are these saber-toothed tiger claws, and because he has an orange and green color scheme, his name badge, being green, matches it very well. It blends it in very, very beautifully, so it doesn't stick out. And that is the beauty of it. That is what makes this figure work out. And you can see why this one's my favorite. Next, 3.0. Alright, and as I've mentioned, returning from the first season, this is the first time we actually get Stringer and Bulk with the new building system. So, very, very nice. Stringer here, as you can see, his color scheme is kinda changed up if compared to what we've seen him in the first season. He has his, I think it's yellow, Ketoran yellow, I believe that's the name of the color. But his animal is a black bear, so helmet, very nice, and he's got these bear claws. My second favorite design right after Nex. I think they've done a very good job with this one because the black and yellow just works so nice. He's also got like the shoulder armor piece to beef himself up. And just overall, I think he just looks very cool as an overall design and to represent the black bear. So, very nice. Stringer, guys. And the other returning veteran is Bulk, which was actually my first Savage Planet hero. For just a little fun fact, when I got into the Savage Planet line, this was the first figure I got. His animal is a wolf, which is great. The only complaint I have for him is, as you can see from his shoulders, they're just his skeleton bone. There is no armor plate or piece that is just there protecting his shoulders, which it works because it gives more freedom of movement, but it still looks kind of off, doesn't it? You want to have muscle on your hero. Unfortunately, he doesn't on his shoulders. But because of his agility and speed as a wolf, he is equipped with these two wolf daggers, which he can use to combat very, very quickly. And yeah, my third favorite, right after Nex and Stringer, this one comes number 3. Now this season is special because it also does introduce a brand new hero character. And this hero character is particularly special because not only do we get one version of him, we get 2. That's right. This hero is part of the hero, I believe is called the Recon team, which is like a special unit team that does like special missions, but their identities are often kept secret, so a lot of heroes don't know that this character is a special unit hero. This guy's name is called Rocco, and he is basically the new hotshot. In the beginning we had Stormer, then we had Ferno as the next hotshot. This guy is number 3 on the list. So, he is a golden hero. One of my favorite color combinations is gold and black, and they've executed it very nicely on Rocco here. I will say his helmet is a little bit massive, and that is because he is a lion. Hence the weapon he holds here is lion claws. So that's very nice. Now, I mentioned he has 2 versions, right? Yes. This is the standard version, like the standard minimal piece hero set you can get, hero piece figure. Now, in the context of the story, the Witch Doctor, which I will show later on in this video, is absolutely humongous. He is a titan. He is so powerful that not even a team of heroes will be able to take him down. So, Rocco here gets an upgrade. Another upgrade. He gets a little bigger. He gets a little more parts strapped to him, and he becomes an XL hero in the set called Rocco XL. That is literally the name of the set. So it's a whole separate set. It's not additional parts you buy to add on to this. No, it's a whole additional set you could purchase back in the day. I still think that like that was one of a genius move. Then I felt like this figure was a little bit unnecessary. But hey, it's nice to get both. But I will show that right now. The reason why they made Rocco into an XL hero was just so he can go toe-to-toe with the Witch Doctor. You know, size matters in this scenario, and since the Witch Doctor was massive, why not make our hero bigger so he can go toe-to-toe? So that's exactly what the hero said, and that's exactly what LEGO did, and now we have this new Titan hero set, which I'm going to pull out right now. And here he is. This was the figure I was showing off in the intro. This is Rocco XL. And I will say, this has been one of my favorite hero sets from the franchise, simply because it just stands out. It's a whole different avenue. It's not the traditional hero you're so used to, that's just minimal pieces with a single weapon. This is up there. As you can see, his legs have been buffed up to kind of look like Fire Lord's, where it is like a double jointed leg. So he's beefier. He also gets longer arms, and the arms contain a shooter. And his lion claws also get an upgrade. They are much bigger. They are much bigger, so you can tear through stuff much easier. His name badge, there's 2 of them now on his shoulders. Very nice. His helmet and his chest piece is the only things that stay the same. And as you can see, there is a lot of spikes just coming out of his back. That's of course to represent a lion mane. So I think that's a pretty cool idea. But as you can see, this guy has become a much bigger character. If I take out the regular one, we put them side by side, there you go. That is our comparison. There is a clear big size difference. So when this set came out, I was very astonished that this set was even a thing. Now, in a slight confession, I grabbed these sets back in 2020, when the franchise was long expired. What does that mean? It means I did not pay the normal retail prices for these figures. And this figure, I could never forget the price I paid. I paid $300 for this. Yeah, it's not a good number, isn't it? Ugh, not good at all. But, yeah, that's why this will never ever leave the house. I'm keeping this till my death. But, yeah, so that is the Titan hero in the sets, Rocco XL. Alright, so that's all the heroes we've gone through. Now clearly, as I've mentioned, there are villains. These villains really are just the animals that the Witch Doctor has taken over. So, if anything, the Witch Doctor is the only real villain we have here. But the animals are still cool, and of course, I will show them. Starting off with this little guy. This guy is like a gorillafant, if you can put it that way, because he's got elephant tusks, but he acts and walks and behaves like a gorilla. And this character's name is called Rawjaw. Yeah, Raw, R-A-W, Jaw, as in, yeah, jaw. Must be why he has these tusks. But he's a gorillafant. He's a much simpler animal build. I should also mention these red spikes you see you'll notice these on all the villains. These red spikes are the little quasi control spikes, and that is what the Witch Doctor uses to control these animals. Remove the spike, they get their freedom back. So it's very, I don't know about this one. It's creative. I'll put it that way. Of course, you could make him stand on 2 feet and have the arms, you know, he's pounding his chest like a gorilla, but he's like the tough one in the set, in the gang, if you will. I don't know. I'm actually curious to see what you guys think of this figure. I really was never to shape my opinion around it, so what do you think? Okay, this creature is considered like the foot soldier, like they appear in numbers, so like this is like the foot soldier of the group. This is called Fangs, and he's like this werewolf hound creature. He has 3 spikes because these creatures are incredibly hard to control, so the Witch Doctor needed to put 3 spikes on him. Kinda looks like Godzilla, if I'm not gonna lie. However, the one thing that sets me off is the tail just looks absolutely ugly. And they, for some reason, decided to put spears on the jaw of this creature, which seems a little bit weird. But for like a werewolf hound-like creature, I don't see spikes on the jaw as a good idea. So I personally didn't exactly like this set, but and it's fine. Again, with these creatures, I've never been able to shape my opinion around it, because really the main villain here is the Witch Doctor. So I don't know. Again, let me know what you guys think of this figure. And then we have an aerial villain. That's right, we have a little aerial villain here. This is like a wasp, and her name is literally called Waspix. So she acts like a bee and fights like a bee. Yes, it's a she. She has 4 arms. Her wings are back here with where the spikes are. So it's not large wings, so of course, because bees and flies do not have large wings. She has a stinger, of course, makes sense. And I don't know. Again, it's a bug creature. This one actually is not bad, I will say. This one's not bad. But it is an incredibly huge insect. I will say, if I saw this flying around my house in real life, I'm freaking out. Alright, and then this creature, before the Witch Doctor, is the biggest villain set. So this is up there. When in the commercials, they advertise it so you're supposed to buy this with the Rocca XL figure together, because they're actually the very similar piece count, and the sizes of their boxes are exactly the same. Clearly, you can tell what creature this is. This is a giant scorpion. This character's name is called Scorpio, you know, because he's a scorpion, and he actually looks pretty accurate. I like how LEGO got pretty creative with the building system, and instead of having like a standard human-like character, they just went ahead and made a bug, a straight-up bug. Very, very nice. The spikes are on the side. Clearly he has a big, long tail with a shooter. Not just a stinger, there's also a shooter, so this creature can take you on massive shootouts, and he's got claws. So, a lot of people actually didn't like this set. They actually preferred the other creatures, but I beg to differ. I think personally, this one was pretty well done in terms of the creatures because of the creativity. Yes, it's a scorpion, we've all seen it, but it's an interesting take for a huge scorpion using the new building system. So, Scorpio, everyone. And finally, but definitely not the least, I've been hyping up this character since the beginning of the video. This is the big bad himself. This is the Titan hero, and this is still up to date. It's recorded as the franchise's most piece sets, and I guess it's not. I think is it the most expensive? I think it's also the most expensive because of the insane piece count. Yeah, this is the Witch Doctor himself. He is massive. He is absolutely massive. Like this is creativity to the finest. I remember when I got this set, it took me an hour and a half to build it. So put that into perspective. The legs speak for themselves. They are on pegs because of the weight of the figure. They're also very double jointed, and surprisingly, they don't use a lot of the building system. They use a lot of like these parts you see on LEGO Technic sets. It's just insane. Let me get you a closer look of his face. So, there he is. He's got spikes all around him. He has a shooter, and on the other hand, he's holding what looks like a statue, but it's a staff. It's the Quasar staff that he uses to control all the animals. Yes, his face is on it, because that's what he uses to control the animals. When the animals see his face, they are under his control. So yes, this figure, if you buy this figure set, it gives you 2 of his head. Something that you don't get often. And I just want to point out, this figure is so impressive that for the torso piece, the torso build, they don't use a torso piece like you see in the heroes. You have to build it from all the Technic parts from scratch. So, this figure, holds a huge record in the Hero Factory franchise. And it's impressive. It's really impressive. Clearly expensive too. If I told you the price of Rocca XL, you sure don't want to know how much I paid for this figure. So, yeah, the Big Bad Witch Doctor. What do you guys think of this figure? Does it hold up to its name for a massive, huge figure? Or you disagree? Either way, that is everything from the Savage Planet line. That is my favorite season from the Hero Factory franchise. After this, we got a pretty big wave. Breakout. It features every single hero, and every single hero has a villain they fight. So it's Hero Factory's biggest wave. So we will get to that after this. So that's it for this video for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.